Well, good morning. Welcome to another video on the channel. Now, today I was coming down to a couple of lakes that I've heard about that I was told were not very fished. They could contain some very rare wild carp, amongst other species, but there's just no information on them at all. They are part of an angling club, but they did say that they were neglected and not fished at all. I can see why. Yeah, they don't look very good at all. I think there's supposed to be two. How do I get out of there? Oh, this isn't very good. I was really looking forward to this. Kind of fishing the unknown, very neglected lake. It sounded brilliant. But it's not looking brilliant. Oh, okay, there's another little lake next to it by the look of it. See if this one looks any better. Otherwise, it's been a complete waste of time this morning. I've got a carload of stuff. I'll have to find somewhere else. Getting the barrow through here is going to be interesting either way. God. I can't get my stuff out for this. Oh, it stinks as well. Really stagnant. Well, here's the other one. This one's a tiny little pond. It's a lovely lily bed here, but it's like a nice, a nice lily bed right here, but there's no real swims anywhere. It's choked with weed. Damn. Damn. See if we can get down the other side. Looks like a clearing. Well, a clearing looks like it's under a big tree. It's a massive shame. Really looking forward to this. Oh God. Oh. I just can't see it having any fish in it. Or if it has, I don't know how the hell you'd get them. Oh, that's really annoying. I literally set up, so I didn't know what was going to be in here, apart from maybe a few wild carp, some bream, roach and rudd and perch, the usual. But it also said a few surprises. I wonder what the surprises would be, but I think the surprise is it's basically unfishable. I'm really glad, because I was going to load all the stuff onto the barrow. I brought a barrow with me. I wouldn't normally for this kind of fishing, but only because I didn't know how far I was going to have to walk to get to this bit. Turns out it wasn't very far. But I'm glad I had a look first before I loaded everything up and come down there. Well, I don't know what to do now. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'll have to go back to the car. And have a look what else I can do around the area, maybe. If I can't find anywhere, the worst case scenario is I head to Ashmore in Basingstoke. Which isn't really a worst case, I love it there. Well, absolutely gutted. Let's get back to the car and see what else we can find around the area. Right, well, another lake on the ticket is called Jubilee Lake. There's like a little complex, Jubilee, Long Lake, and I think it's called Hordens Mere. Now, they are carp waters predominantly by the look of it, but Jubilee says there's bream to double figures, tench to £7. There's also roach, crucians and whatnot in it. So I think I'm going to go and have a look. That's my only option around the area, really. I'll go and have a look there, see how it looks and how busy it is for a start. I mean, I don't mind looking like, looking a bit out of place, all the bivvies around the place, and then me just sat there with a feeder or a float rod. Ideally, if I knew I was going here, I would have probably brought two sort of barbel rods and alarms and fished both out with feeders for the bream. I mean, I do have a barbel rod with me that I've got set up ready to have a solid bag on it as a sleeper rod for here. So I could put that out and then feed a fish or float fish with the other one. I don't know, it all depends what it looks like. And it could be really busy. So I think I'll go and have a look at Jubilee Lake. If that is just not looking the one, then I think I'll head to Ashmore. It's not what I wanted to do today, if I'm honest, but I just don't have the time to be trudging around everywhere trying to find somewhere to blooming fish. So Jubilee's about 12 minutes away from where I am, so that's not too bad. So we'll go and have a look and see how it is, really, and go from there. Well, I've arrived at Jubilee Lake, I think. It's quite big. That's quite nice. No idea where to go. It's actually quite quiet. I'll just grab my rod bag. Let's have a wander. this area here looks as good as any, and I can actually see behind me. You can see them. Where are they? Wow, next to those swans, not swans, those geese. There's actually a few fish up on the surface. I have to check the rules to see if you can surface fish here. There's a lot of carp. Rude not to have a go. Yeah, so this film will do me nicely. Let's get the barrow round with the rest of the kit. The kit in the swim. There's a fair few fish on the top, so to start with I'm going to see if I can get one off the top. I won't spend too long on it though, because I don't want to get preoccupied because I'm not technically here for the carp. Right, so let's get the kit off. Let's see what we can get. Well, the surface fishing isn't going to work. Literally fired out one pouch of dog biscuits and gulls from all around the south of England were in the swim, and they were gone in seconds. Oh, just saw a massive carp jump out ahead of me. So, plan of attack. I'm going to stick a carp rod out with a little solid bag. Now annoyingly, Bucklebury Lakes, where I was going to be going, has a boilie ban. So the solid bags were made up with pellets rather than boilies, and I didn't even bring any boilies with me, annoyingly. So we'll give the pellet a go. At least then I suppose I can catch bream on them as well. So I'm going to put the carp rod out to the right, and then I'm going to feed a fish directly in front of me. Lots of bubbles coming up in front of me, so we'll see what happens. Finally getting set up. Seems to have taken ages this morning. Went for a wander round, brought the rods down, then went back and got the barrow. Then got sort of partially sorted out, realised I'd left the permit in the car, so I went back to get that. Now finally getting sorted. So I've got the carp rod out, barbel rod with a solid bag on, just to the left hand side, where there's quite a few fish kind of milling around at the moment. I'm going to plumb the depth to my right for the float, and then I'm going to leave that for quite a while, just feed it sort of here and there during the day, and then I'm going to feed a fish straight out in front of me. It's literally an inch deeper than wherever it was I was last fishing, which is nice. Let's just double check that. There we go, that's perfect. Right, so that's ready. Oh dear. Right, so that's plumbed. Now we've got to get the feeder all sorted out. It's predicted to be a very warm day. Not as warm as it was last week, thank God. But mid-20s, sort of 26, I think 27 being the highest. Which is definitely hot enough for me. But I'm in a fairly shaded area here. So hopefully I won't be in the sun too much. I think I'm going to start with plastic corn on the feeder. Made a bit of a fail. I didn't bring my little hard pellets, which is a bit annoying because that's kind of what I wanted to use. But we'll manage. We'll manage. I've got maggots, obviously. Actually, I might even put a maggot on the hook. This is very unlike me. I'm normally very set up. I'd normally have done this feeder rod before I left. I don't know why I didn't, to be honest. But I'm only going to be using a little flatbed feeder. There's a carp. I don't know if you can see it. Just milling around in the edge there. I'm going to chuck a dog biscuit at it. Where's he gone? Well, he comes straight up for that. And that one. Okay. Let's abandon ship on that for a minute. Seems to have stopped now. I think it could be a really good float of water if you could just get past all the blooming bird life. There's a coot coming in as we speak. The carp seems to have already done a disappearing. Okay, right, let's not get preoccupied. Let's continue with this. Oh, there we go. Rods are out. So let's just sit back and wait. Enjoy the scenery. Just literally had a bite on the rod, which was a carp swimming into the line, so I've just seen it. There is a lot of carp splashing around in here. Be interesting to get one of those on the feeder. That's on the feeder rod. I have a little flatbed feeder, using a quick change bead, little 3-inch hook link, and a bit of plastic horn. Ground bait is just some F1 ground bait, along with a load of little pellets in there as well. I'm going to feed the right hand side of the swim sort of continually during the day, just a little pinch here and there, and we'll have a go on the float later on. But to be fair, it's a very nice place to sit. Okay, so just recast. And this time I've tipped it off and I've got a couple of maggots on the hook. So the bit of fake corn is on a hair. If it brings me more bites, or at least a few sort of indications, then I'll switch over to maggots fully. As I'm getting nothing at the moment at all. Trying to sneakily feed my margin spot without every bird on the planet being in the swim. There's a moorhen. Keeps circling around in front of me, it's just waiting. As soon as a pinch of maggots goes in, he's on it like a rocket. I'll give the feeder probably another hour. Nothing happens at all, then I'm going to try the float. I am tempted, there's a lot of carp cruising around in the middle. And it looks like they're feeding. I am tempted just to throw the feeder rod, the surface rod out, but with no freebies. We'll stick with the feeder for now and see how we go. Catch fish on a float with maggots, then I'm going to struggle. Maybe I'm just being too impatient. It's just one of those things. I had a whole game plan for these other ponds in the middle of the woods, and that game plan's not working here. Just have an indication that there's some fish around. Even just a nibble on the float would make me feel a bit better. But I'm getting nothing. And the lake's pretty busy now. Whole of the far side is actually shut for maintenance work. Oh, bloody ducks. So I don't know. Can you bugger off? Part of me's like, cut the losses, pack up and get to Ashmore, at least I know I can catch some fish. But it's a Saturday, it could be really busy down there. this side, coot that side, ducks this side. It's a very hard place to actually feed any bait in. I'm stumped. Will you do one? God, for crying out loud. Come on, get out of it. Duck attacking my bloody float now. I don't know. I'm gonna go back out on the feeder for a little while. I've been here nearly 3 hours. Not had a single nibble. So I think I'm gonna try the feeder, but with just maggot on the hook. Just need to shorten a hook link down. We'll try the pure maggot approach for a little while. Not too long, I don't think, and then I'm going to call it a day here. Because I don't want a fishless day. I mean, if I'm honest, this is going to be my last fish for a little while. I've got a holiday at the beginning of, or the end of July, going into August. And I've also got a holiday at the end of August, which is to Angler's Paradise, which I cannot wait for. Myself and Steve, the passionate piscator, I'm heading down there for a week. I don't have a huge amount of time to fish in between. So I was kind of hoping to make a really nice video today. But it's not looking like that's going to happen. It's quite shallow actually as well. It's about 3.5, 4 foot out. Anywhere out there that I've been casting. It's about the same in the margins. See if we can get some maggots out without all the bloody birds. I'll give these a go and see if, you know, you'd think there'd be some small bream, little roach and stuff in here. But yeah, I'm not going to give it too much longer. If I give it an hour, oh, just had a bite. Just had an actual bite. It's not a duck, is it? No, that was an actual bite. I mean, it could have been a carp swimming through. Could have easily been a carp swimming through. Excuse me. Oh, it's kind of laughable, really. you always build yourself up for a fishing session. I do. I think about it from the time I finish the last session to the next session. Planning, what am I going to use, what am I going to take. And then it all just goes to... I mean, I could probably stay here all day. There is a chance I could catch something. Of course there is. But sometimes you just get that feeling where you just don't think you will. We're around 3 hours now, I think. Well, actually, probably about 2.5 hours, because I got here at about 7, I think. 7:15. It's now 9:30. I think if I'm going to make a move and head somewhere else, I need to do it soon. My worry is, Ashmore Lakes isn't that far, and it's not far from where I live. I know the place very well, so I know I can catch there. I am desperate to catch a decent barbel from Ashmore. But it could be really busy, it's a Saturday, it's a commercial. I could do with another backup plan, really, if just in case that is too busy. I mean, I'm likely to get a swim, but there's certain swims that I really like there. I might give John a ring, the chief, and see how busy it is down there. If he says it's rammed, then I might not bother. Then I've got to find somewhere else, or just sit here. Decisions. I think I'll give John a ring and see how busy it is, and then make a plan from there. Well, just spoke to John at Ashmore. 7 people there at the moment, so plenty of room to fit in somewhere anyway, that's for sure. And he said it's been fishing its socks off. He said someone went down there yesterday and had 35 carp in a couple of hours. I think I'll head to Ashmore. I'll pack up. I think. Oh, I'm still so undecided. No, I'm going to pack up and I'm going to head to Ashmore. That is what I'm going to do. Right, let's get sorted. Right, back in the car. Let's head to Ashmore Lakes, see if we can get a few fish. Well, I think it's almost a certain you'll get a few fish there. The only thing that does worry me a bit is obviously it's warm, very warm now, and may put them off a bit, but hopefully we'll get a few. Certain we'll definitely get a few carp anyway, if nothing else. So let's get cracking, get back there, see what we can get.